Hi there, my name is Chuck Rozanski and I own Mile High Comics. Inside this large concrete building, I have decided to try and create the world's largest comic book store. Once people walk in through this doorway, that typically is the jaw drop moment when they realize for the first time the immensity of what we have here at Mile High Comics. This store is the largest single comics facility in the world, a total of 60,000 square feet, of which about 45,000 square feet are devoted to retail space. It wasn't originally intended to be such a large retail space, but it's actually grown organically with people stopping by and insisting that we let them in. So we went from being open one day a month to being open on weekdays, to finally just capitulating and being open 7 days a week. The store has gone from $0 to $1 million a year in 3 years. So I'll show you some of what we have here in the store as we walk around. Among other things, we try to promote small press by doing variants of independents. We have independents here from Archie, from Chaos, from, oh golly, Zenoscope, there's Valiant. All of these are ones, there's Boom Studios, all of these are variants that we have created through Mile High Comics. Then for folks that are looking for older comics, we have approximately 200,000 Silver and Bronze Age comics that we keep in a gigantic display here on the west side of the store. In addition to the 200,000 older comics, we also have about 500,000 comics from the last 30 years that are out on the floor. Plus we have another 1 million comics in the back, including an immense selection of small press and independent comics. So we're trying to provide people with an environment where they can buy pretty much any kind of comic that's ever been printed. I even have undergrounds and some adult publications that are available, but we don't keep them out in the front of the store. We have a special kids section that we keep, which is designed for our younger readers and designed to give them the most possible comfort. It's one of my beliefs that we need to bring young people into the store and to make them feel like they're very, very welcome. In addition to having both new and back issue comics for kids, we try to stock all comics printed for 6 months. That's not really possible because of the fact that we inevitably sell out of some titles, but we actively purchase small press and independent titles from Diamond, and then we also wait for closeout lists, and I also buy from other retailers, their overstock. So we have what I believe is the largest array of new comics of any store in the world, and we're constantly replenishing it and adding to it. I think we have a total of 100 feet of different publications, and we do rack alphabetically so that small press publications get equal billing and exposure with your traditional Marvel and DC titles. For collectors on a budget, we try to stock very heavily on comics that we have in a bag and board that are typically in near mint condition, that are $2 each. And then for those who are really struggling, we try to have, at any given point in time, 100,000 comics available that are $1 each. Aside from offering comics, we try to have events here in the store pretty much every month. We hold monthly auctions that are no minimum bid. I try to bring in comics creators to sign autographs. Once a year we have an event called Woodchuck Palooza, which my daughter Rowan organizes. And Woodchuck Palooza is an event where we bring in 1 or 2 better known creators and then about 10 small press creators so that we can gain them exposure with our audience. We have approximately 7,000 people that have signed up for our newsletter list here at this store, so we can pretty generally attract a good crowd. In addition to carrying comics, we also have comics toys, statues, the whole action figure kind of an area. We try to make the store very welcoming for all readers. And then on the south side of the store, we have what I think is the largest selection of trade paperbacks and comics-related books in the world. We have available out on the floor approximately 50,000 books, but right behind the open area, we have the stock for our website, which consists of about 200,000 books that are on shelves. These shelves are immensely long, and on each side of each shelf is approximately 30,000 books. This is the largest selection of comics-related books in the world, greater than what you would find even in an Amazon.com warehouse. So we really go out of our way so that if someone is collecting even a very obscure independent publisher or a self-published title, we try to keep it in stock here. All of this, by the way, has been self-generated. We didn't borrow any money to do this store whatsoever except for the actual mortgage on the building. But we do own this building, and we're intending to keep building on this pretty much indefinitely. To close out this video, I'm just going to give you a quick view from up the stairs here, where you can actually get a sense of how large the store is by looking at it from the upstairs looking down. This is one of my favorite views of the entire store. I like to come up here every month or so and just look out because it allows me to see what we're trying to accomplish. Downstairs right now there's a big open area with tables that have been put in it. That's where the stage is going to go for our benefit cosplay drag show for the Denver Children's Resource Center. We'll be having this show on Thursday night, the 12th of June, and we're expecting about 3,000 people to show up. We're trying to raise money for a medical facility inside of the safe house for kids that have suffered sexual abuse. This is the view from the second floor again. This is right outside my office. And again, I spend a lot of time up here contemplating what we can do to keep improving the store. This was an empty space 35 months ago, and we've gone from 0 to what we have now in just that very brief period of time. Also, just so you can see, we have a room here that we use for a teaching room, and the Denver Comic Con had their volunteers here for their orientation center just this past weekend. So that's it. I'm Chuck Rozanski. This is part of Mile High Comics. Someday maybe I can show you my other building, which has way more comics in it.